As promised, I bring you the Spider-Man review. Is it good? Yes, it is very good. But first let me talk about it. It's gonna be a spoiler review, but it's not going to be a full spoiler depth, and I'm gonna ruin the movie. Gonna try to walk around it a bit. So if I go over a bit of a board, I'll say it. It is a very fun movie, a very good movie. One of the issues I have is the fact that it took us almost 5 years to have it. In those 5 years, if my math is correct, we got almost 3 movies of Doom. CGI-ish, so it is a bit of a nuisance that we don't get as much Spider-Man as we should. I want to say something real quick as well. There's a lot of talks about people saying, oh, there's superhero fatigue. Everybody's done with superheroes. But every time a Batman or a Spider-Man movie come out, it's always different. Because Spider-Man is probably gonna break 1 billion in the first weekend almost. Just that's a bit out there, but it's gonna make at least 800, 700 million in the first weekend. So there's not superhero fatigue when it's for the correct superheroes. Secondly, Marvel is actually doing very well. There was a part that it was kind of shit, to be honest, but we have the new Avengers, it was very good. We had Spider-Man, Fantastic Four was pretty good as well. So those 3 movies were good. It's working, and the build-up for Doomsday, it's working as well. Some of the good things in the movie that I really enjoyed was the fight choreographies, or, well, you understand what I mean, was actually very interesting. The fights, the finishing moves, the punches, the web slinging was also very interesting. It was very well done. There was amazing shots in it, and I really liked it. There was a lot of comparisons to the Marvel Spider-Man, the PlayStation games, which was amazing. Sometimes I felt like when he was with the mask, I felt like, mate, this looks so much like the video game. It's actually very good. Very, very good. The game felt like a superhero. The movie felt like it was a superhero because the power, the shots, the swinging, the punches, everything was perfect, top notch. The suit was also very good. The way there was sometimes they changed the lenses. There was sometimes where you can see through the lenses and watch his eyes. It was very interesting to be able to see those expressions, very small ones, but you could see through it. You can see his expressions with his face, was better, was not as CGI-ish, and the wrinkles, amazing. Felt like really grounded Spider-Man, and that's what I think Spider-Man is all about. Yes, it's cool watching him fight other things, go into space, but I think the most important thing for Spider-Man is he's being relatable, being in a bad spot, having issues and still pushing through them. Frank Castle being there, the Punisher, was also very interesting. They have very good dynamic. I really liked him. He had a big role in the movie, and that's pretty interesting. The humor on the movie as well, it was very done, because there were Marvel sometimes would get criticized because their very sentimental part could just be ruined because 1 second in there was a joke. On Spider-Man was a bit different, It was very sentimental part. It would let you read that information for like 10, 15 seconds, and then it would give you a joke, but not a stupid joke. It made sense to the thing. It was different. It was more grounded, more human. First, the plot. Basically, Spider-Man has lost his friends. Everybody lost him. Nobody remembers him. He has been fighting all of New York enemies. And he kept tabs on Ned and MJ for a distance, and that been hurting him. He has some mutations going on, which was top notch, and he felt very lonely, and there was a problem with a mysterious character that wanted to do something, and that's one of my big issues. This Spider-Man did not set up Doomsday. For me, that's not my thing. He did not set up Doomsday. He set up the mutants. And it had to do a little bit of a heavy lifting, because let's be honest. In this movie, it set up the mutants getting persecuted by certain humans. There's something we already know about X-Men, but in this universe we don't. And Spider-Man basically helped solidify the persecution some of the mutants will go on the face on the hands of the humans. One thing you can see on the trailer is basically Hulk being there, Hulk showing up. Basically, Spider-Man wants to stop those mutations and goes to Hulk because he has one of those bracelets that it stops the gamma ray, everything. It stops all of that. So he decided to do one for himself so it wouldn't mutate to almost a spider. Worked for him. And that's why Hulk is brought up on and makes sense on the movie. Some people say it didn't make sense. I kind of enjoyed it. This type of Hulk I really enjoy. The big, the strong, the almost makes you feel helpless. Because there's the small Bruce Banner Hulk, and then there's the Hulk. And that really is what we like to see. An uncontrollable force moved with strength, just raw power, and wants to break everything. And that was very interesting. It was proper scary watching Spider-Man go up to that and getting his shit beaten out of it. And that was actually very, very interesting to watch. Some people didn't like that Elena, or aka the new Avengers Black Widow, was there. I enjoyed it because in comparison with the other Spider-Mans, either the Tobey ones, the Andrew ones, it was just Spider-Man. Spider-Man can keep up a movie on his own. Amazingly he can. But it's interesting because sometimes they're fighting in New York, there should be more heroes there, right? And in this movie they bring us, we get Elena, we get a Hulk, we get Punisher, we get a lot of other different things, of the different superheroes. Or vigilantes, if you consider Frank. And that's what really makes it interesting, because he can go to the Avengers and talk to them, new Avengers, and talk to them and see what he can or cannot do. And that's actually pretty interesting because it feels like an alive world, a live city. By the way, the city looked amazing. The shots were amazing. The city felt full of things and a real city. That's why it's always important to go film in real places. Sometimes CGI is good, but it misses that special feeling that the street has. This is a big spoiler, by the way. There's one really thing that really annoys me. It's about Jean Grey. I didn't like the way it ended with that character. She just basically left. I wanted to see more of her. Basically, she just went to the oblivion, and we have seen a lot of other characters do that and never be brought back. So I did not like that. I wanted them to be a bit more. I wanted them to give us a bit more what's going to happen in the future with her, but okay, whatever. The thing is, why did she, in this movie, she can jump from people to people and control their minds and basically mind rape them. But how and why didn't you do that to the director you're looking for your sister? Why not jump to his head? That really messes me up. Really messes me up. When she gets caught, it just doesn't make sense to me. She could have do that behind the wall, I think. She could have done that when she opened the vault. She could have basically changed to another person and went up to him. That could have well above happened. She could have walked inside the damage control with another human, jumped to the secretary jumped to another person and go up until you find him and you can see everything he saw. That's the best nitpick I have of the movie. It really... But again, if that was the case, the movie would be 20 minutes, so... Again, I understand. Now, is it the best Spider-Man? Is it better than The Amazing Spider-Man 2 or Spider-Man 2 or No Way Home? I don't think so. It is up there. I would say at least easily top 3. Easily top 3. It was very interesting. Of course, it did not have the nostalgia of No Way Home when you have all the other Spider-Mans. But it brought you something more. It brought you Tom Holland as a Spider-Man, a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man trying to be helpful. with his pain and his problems. I do feel the first part of the movie is the most interesting one, but well, I did enjoy it. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm very happy it's doing well. Hopefully, we won't have to wait another 5 years to have Spider-Man, which doesn't make sense to me, but okay. And one thing I also liked about the movie was that the movie didn't give Peter Parker the best way out of the things. They forgot about you, mate, and you aren't going to get them back that easily. Basically, you go up in show the letter, a spell, you forgot about me, and then all of them remember this is his boyfriend, he's her boyfriend, and Ned remembers he has a best friend. It is making him work for it, basically, and it's basically creating the dynamic where they could be on the future reconnecting Zendaya and Tom, Peter and MJ. But I would really like Black Cat as well as a third wheel on that. That would be very interesting to see. And yeah, I think you should go watch it. But I think if you're here, you probably have watched it or you're going to watch it. And I really did enjoy it. I think it was going to be good. I think it's always going to be good. A Spider-Man movie. They can't fuck that up. Some people don't like the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2. I really enjoyed them, but that's not the point. I think it was one of the best Spider-Mans of Tom Holland. Yeah, without a doubt it was. And the suit, man. The suit was fucking nuts. And yeah, go watch it and enjoy that. See you later, alligator.